Yeah, that's where it really starts. It's my dad. My dad's my hero. I'm a proud third generation hot rodder. My thing is I want to keep that torch lit, you know? I don't want that torch to die on me. And you know, hopefully whenever I have kids, like, they'll appreciate this stuff. When I got into it, I wanted to basically do as good as I possibly could. If, you know, like, just like build beyond my actual level where I was as a fabricator, a painter, you know, upholsterer, just kind of go all in. Didn't really care about how long it took. Before I start bikes, I draw them like from a side view. And the cool thing about doing that is I can exaggerate some things and I can kind of tackle that as I build it. I kind of go by that, but it's a loose guideline, you know? But it helps me like feel out where things are supposed to be, how big the gas tank should be on the bike, how long the rear fender should be. If I'm doing a front fender, like how that should be, just kind of size things. And then I can also exaggerate the wheel sizes and stuff like that and kind of see like maybe I want a longer front end, maybe I want to make the rear taller, maybe I want that fender gap tighter, just little things like that. Actually, for the most part, this one turned out pretty close to the actual, you know, drawing, the concept. In my opinion, anything good starts with a great foundation. And if you look at pretty much any like really, really, really good bikes, they all have really, really pretty frames. So that was the first thing I started with, and that's how I set the standard on it. So when I got into it, I basically looked at how a stock FXR is, like where the layout is. And I always like the way the guys will chop the necks up and kind of go up on them, but I didn't want to go crazy high. So I settled with a 2-inch up neck, 0 out, stock rake, and ended up giving it like a little bit of a different flair to it. That's really where I started it, and then all the groundwork was from there. Went to the Webster swap meet, and lo and behold, it was like love at first sight. It was hideous. But it was this Shovelhead sitting in this FXR frame, just a roller, you know, with a non-running motor. He had a sign out in front of it. And this guy, Sam Wheeler, was throwing together this bike. It was gonna be just a regular old Shovelhead FXR, but this guy drag raced, and he built up the motor. He said it was a 108 cubic inch. From there, I mean, I didn't really care how much it cost. It ended up costing pretty much every penny I had at the time. But it was a steal still. But, you know, just being a poor kid, you know. If I actually had to say something that was a big accomplishment, because I'm not a painter really, I just kind of fuck around and find out. But yeah, no, it turned out okay. You know, so as a welder, that's kind of cool to have happen. The whole process was more proving a point to myself that I could do this, that I could make this bike happen. I'm actually pretty proud of this one. You know, my first couple bikes, like obviously the first version of this, I would say like, yeah, it's kind of a loss. I ended up chopping it in half. But, you know, it all kind of happens for a reason. Everything's a lesson, really.